Hello, Katie back here with our Creatively Fit coaching strategies of using personal intuitive painting. Comes from your heart, comes from your soul, pours out on the canvas, gives you input on your life, your daily decisions, gives you input on everything. There's so many ways to tune into that, and really intuitive painting is about tuning in. Intuitive painting is tuning in. So in our video 1, we tuned in to that feeling of joy, that elation, that experience that we have when something brings us wonder. Something is wonderful inside our body, inside our mind, inside our soul, and we can feel it and it tingles out. We talked about it going beyond happiness and filling us up. So today we're going to work with our painting from yesterday with all of the words of joy. We're going to paint a freedom layer over it. So yesterday was about inspiration and enlightenment, and today is about freedom. Taking that information, taking that input from our own souls and our own mind and our own body, our own experience, our own life, and stitching or designing, quilting, weaving in freedom, a freedom layer, so that we can use that inspiration, that base layer that we have, and with the energy that we use to create the freedom layer, to bring to us the energy and the awareness where symbols might begin to appear for us. So that's what we're going to do today. We're also going to use the ash from the obstacles that we created, and we're going to apply that with our hands. Let's take some deep breaths. And remember all the joy that we painted on our canvas yesterday. All of the words, all of the concepts. I painted in 360 all the way around, full circle. And today, we're going to create a freedom layer. What a freedom layer does is becomes a background for us in the future. And remember, what we're doing is designing our life, being the designer of our life. And we are, in canvas form, transmuting any of that fear, those obstacles, those doubts, into joy before us, into a symbol. But before we can get to the symbol, we need to create a freedom layer. And a freedom layer is all about becoming free with that emotion. So in order to do that, I'm going to use a very large flat brush. And on my canvas, I'm going to stitch and be very cognizant of that stitching or that weaving action that I take with the paintbrush. And making just squares all over like a quilt or a weaving, making squares all over my canvas to cover up what we did yesterday, but to create, more importantly, a freedom layer. And I don't mind my words in the background kind of showing through. I kind of like it actually, because you won't see it on the front side, but it does create some dimension. But I'm weaving and stitching and creating a background that has light and love infused into it, and dreams, and that I am designing my life I am at choice now in my life when I don't allow the obstacles to rule my way. And we all have that choice and have that power to choose how to design our lives in order to create a foundation for a symbol layer. I'm not thinking about where things go other than if I have too much of one color someplace, I just go in and pick up another color and lay it down there. But I love the way it's working out. It's looking beautiful to me. And I love that. I love how it happens every time. I love the splots of white in, so I'm going to go back and put some big splots of white, a couple of different places that I'm not seeing any white. And what happens is then because I'm doing wet over wet painting, I'm kind of blending with those colors that are behind, which is rather beautiful as well. Do you hear how the canvas kind of sounds like a drum when we're doing this too? I love that too. Sound vibration matters. So going in and doing this brings in another layer of healing and helps us design with a clear mind and a clear conscience and in power and at will. And now we're going to take the ash where we burned our obstacles yesterday. This is mine, and I'm going to get my hands right in there. And we're going to incorporate it into this layer. And then I'm just going to place the ash around in the wet paint with my fingers. And then we're going to let it dry so that we can see how we've used these obstacles to design and stitch joy into our lives. See a circle wanting to appear, motion. So I'm going to use that motion to create just a background for the symbol layer of our painting. And any place that I see loose ash, I'm going to go in and try to get it to become part of our painting. Gosh, that's just beautiful. More ash here. Just going to write with my hand over this the word joy. You can choose to write what you want or use your ash in any way you see fit. Beautiful. I'm putting my fingerprint on here because I'm the one stitching and creating and designing my future and my life the way I want. And so it is. And so it is.